Visual Studio Code. So our main focus is that one. Then we will see that how we can develop the uh, library in the Visual Studio Code. Then some of the features and all the features we will go through uh, that one, all the features. And then after that, once library is developed, then we will see like how we can package it, and we can do the deployment of Dataweave library into the Anypoint Exchange. And then we have a demo on all of these agendas. So like first, I think most of you are aware of Dataweave language. So like Dataweave is a functional programming language designed by MuleSoft for the data transformations. And also like here you can see like in the mainly like when we have to do the transformation, we will go to the Dataweave online playground, and there you will use like we have to provide some input, then we have to write some script, and here you can see the output in the XML format. So I'm not going deep in Dataweave. Okay. So coming back to Dataweave library extensions. So Dataweave extension is like a plugin in the Visual Studio Code. Just you have to install it, and then it will be available for use. Like it will give you the ability to work on the Dataweave modules and mapping. So I will come to module and mapping. What are these two terms later? And then you can see like instant execution of Dataweave mapping, and you can include the live preview also of Dataweave transformation. Then it has full language support and with some features like auto completion. So when you have to write some filter, so it will suggest like auto completion will be there. So you don't have to write complete logic for that one. It will auto suggest auto completion. Then it has a navigation feature also. You can navigate to another function like internal, like filter how it is written, some how the function is written in the Dataweave core library. You can see that one also. It has also featured some refactoring. So like we have to do the some refactoring like changing the variable name. So it is very easy to refactor the variable name also here. Then formatting, quick fixes, and then we have a syntax highlighting. And one of the most important features, that is debugging support for the Dataweave mappings. So you can debug your Dataweave code, put a breakpoint, and you can debug it. How the logic is flowing, you can see that in the debugging. And also like it has also feature for the automatic generation of documentation template for your Dataweave module. Like any library you are writing, it will automatic generate the documentation. Just you have to do some modification after that, and it will be ready to use. And also like it has embedded Dataweave Maven plugin, which will do like integration of packaging and deployment. Like it will create a jar, then we will deploy that jar into the Dataweave libraries with full Maven life cycle into the Anypoint Exchange. Okay, and then we have some testing framework also. You can write unit testing for Dataweave modules. You can write integration testing also. We will see. Like the first requirement, like prerequisite is like in your system, Java should be installed, but it should be either 8 or 11, not higher than this one. Even MuleSoft is supporting these two. Okay, and Apache Maven, here you can see like the minimum version is required, that is 3.6.3. Even like if you have seen that MuleSoft has recently launched ACB, like Anypoint Code Builder. In that, if you have seen that, that is also a Visual Studio Code, in which you will see that Java 11 is pre-installed, and if you see the Maven version there, you will see that 3.6.3. Okay, then you will see like Microsoft Visual Studio Code for your specific operating system. Like for Mac, it will come different. So yeah, so you can download it from the site and then install it Visual Studio Code in your system. And then once this is installed, then you have to install that Dataweave 2.0 beta library in the VS Code. How we can do, I will show you. Okay, so how we can develop the Dataweave libraries. So Dataweave library is a reusable package of Dataweave module and mapping files and resource files, you can say, such as JSON, XML, and CSV. So in Dataweave library, you will see like module. Module you can see, we will see like detail. To develop Dataweave library, first you have to create a Dataweave project in the Visual Studio Code. Then you can create, preview, and test the custom mapping and modules. Okay, it is not necessary that you can test. You have to create a Dataweave libraries and you can test it out. Even you can create a untitled files, even like with the .dwl file, and you can test it out there. Like it is not necessary you have to create a library project and you can test the mapping file. You can create it directly a simple text file and then you can test it out. So there is no necessary to create a library for testing purpose. I will show you this one. Okay, then it comes to that Dataweave modules and mapping. These are the two major things which we are going to develop in the Visual Studio Code. So Dataweave modules can be like we have 4 types. Like modules can be defined function. So here you can see one function is written. This can be either it can be variable name is equal to my data. Types, here you can see like we have defined some type, then namespace. So these are the like sample example of Dataweave module, and you can import these modules into a Dataweave script to use these features. So we have inbuilt like for function like any function which is reusable, we can create a library, add that function in that library, then just you have to import that library and you can reuse that function in multiple projects also. Like if there is an analytics like project and we have to calculate multiple times mean, mode or something, so you can create a function and publish into the exchange and you can reuse that library and you can reuse that function. Okay, Dataweave module cannot contain an output directive like
Shyam, your slides are stuck, I think. We are
I
seeing the
mean
requirements page.
Dataweave modules and mapping.
I'm not sure. Is that for me or everyone?
Yeah, that's correct. Page number, slide number 11.
Okay.
Maybe you have to rejoin.
Sure, I'll do that.
Okay. So these are the 4 types which we can define in the Dataweave module, and there will be no output directive, no body expression, and no line separator between header and body sections. Okay. And then come to the Dataweave mapping files are a type of a module that contains a complete database script. So Dataweave mapping files, that is a complete Dataweave script that can be called as mapping file. You can import this also into the another Dataweave script and you can reference it in the Mule component also. So when we publish that library, then in that one you will see that modules, mapping, and even like some of the resources also you will see that. Okay, so when we are creating a Dataweave project in the Visual Studio Code, the structure looks like this. So here you can see like src main dw. So all the Dataweave mapping and module files that will be here. Here you can see like my mapping.dwl, and here you can see like my module.dwl. So these are the like my module. It will contain only 4 types like function, variable, namespace, and type. and the complete logic you can write in the mymapping.twl. And here you can see that resources, there are two resources, and any reference like for mapping file, mymapping.twl, any input will be needed. So that will be uh, available in the resource folder. So here you can see resources, my mapping, then default, then you can see inputs. So here you can see for this my mapping, there will be like input JSON, that is payload.json. So that will be used in here my mapping.tw. And then we have some test scenario also, like this is test scenario, and this is for unit test, this is for integration test. For any module we have to write unit test. For mapping file you can provide the input JSON, and then you can verify the output also. So that is an integration test. So this is the structure, my module and its integration, like complete logic which we are going to write, that will be mapping file. Then we have unit test, that is for the module, and then we have integration test, that is for the mapping, in which you can provide the input and you can verify the expected output also. Okay, and this is the inputs, like for the input payload, or you can create a variable also. So in case of variable, there will be one folder, and then you can provide that file name, and we will see this, and then it will be more clear. Okay, like these are the some features like Dataweave Library extension features. That is one of the called auto completion. Here you can see like in this
Sorry, Shyam. Would you be able to little zoom it in, please?
this one.
It's a screenshot actually. So that
Screenshot.
probably I think when he demo, right, you can have a bigger view.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. So here you can see like we are not going to write anything like filter. It will give you the suggestion, and then automatically item and index will be written. So this is auto completion feature, which I will give you demo it. Don't worry. Then it is a live preview. So if you are changing anything, if you just you have to enable the live preview, right click, and then you can enable the live preview, and then you will see the output in the right side. It will be more clear when I will give the demo. Then it come to the testing part. I mentioned like for the module file, we have to write the unit test case. So here you can see like for this module, we have some written test cases, and we are verifying that output should be mock object. And for the uh, mapping file, we can write the integration test case also. We will see this in demo today. And also like most of the important features, that is debugging. Okay, so here you can see we have added some breakpoint, and then we are able to evaluate some of the expression like item plus one, what will be the value, and it is printing. And other features are like Dataweave Library extension feature like validation over extract variable, go to definition, document symbols, formatting, find differences, highlight. I will come to this all the features during the demo. Okay, and packaging and deploying the Dataweave libraries, I will come to later point, and let's see the demo. Okay, so this is the Visual Studio Code.
Shyam, probably if possible, if you could increase the font size.
I will increase.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so this is Visual Studio Code. Generally what we do, like okay, I will first create a new file. Okay, this is asking a select a language. Let me increase it. Now it's visible, right?
Thanks, Shyam. It's better.
Yeah. So here you can see it will ask like a select a language. I will click on that one. First, let me cover that one more thing. First, you have to go to the
Shyam,
plugin.
you are sharing a Visual Studio?
Yes.
I think few of the people, including me, not able
For
to.
those who are not able to see the Visual Studio, right, I request you to just rejoin in a new window. So there is some issue, I think, with the baby.
Okay.
I think, yeah.
So here,
Shyam, continue.
yeah. Once Visual Studio is from where you can download the Visual Studio code. Let me. So this is the link, code.visual.studio.com. From here you can download this IDE. So here you can see like for Mac OS, Windows and Linux. So you can download it and install it in your system. Then when you will start, it looks like this one. And after that you have to install Dataweave 2.0 beta. Even like I will show you in the here Anypoint Code Builder. Also, like it is providing some. If you click on the launch web IDE, it will create a Visual Studio code in the browser, and you can use. Maybe I will show you that how we can install that Dataweave 2.0 there. Okay, it will take some time to be ready. So here you have to install that Dataweave 2.0, and here you can see like these are the features like validation, completion, hover, this thing. And here, this is the example which I have copied in the slides. So one is like completion, live preview, testing, and debugging. And here also you can see like if you click on this one, Dataweave share and reuse homepage, you can open this one and you will get all the details related to this library, installing and using the Dataweave 2.0 extension. So you will get all the details from here. So this is the like payload structure and how we can follow, how we can create a Dataweave project and this thing. You all the steps are here. So I'm coming back to Visual Studio Code. I've already installed this one. So okay, I'm just closing thing. I will open again. Text file, select the language, you can type the Dataweave. Okay, and here just you have to write some syntax like that is, and then output is application, and this is directive, and then let's see sum of 1 2 3, and here you can see there is a play button. Okay, like run preview. If you click on this one, it will give you the output. Like here you can see we are getting 6 as output. So it is not necessary you have to create a database library. You can do all these things here also, and maybe you can create a new text file. Okay, and you can save as a .dwl extension and you can open it directly here. So here you can see I'm not going to save this one. I will do one more time. Here you can see we are getting some defined sample data. So if you add, click on that one, it will ask like payload.json file is there. Just go and enter, and here you can provide some value also. Uh, let me change it, and let me till 7, you can see. So here you can see like this is the where it is created, untitled, then playground, inputs, payload.json, that is till 7. So here you can see if you print this one payload, it will take the payload from this file, and here you can see 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So it is not necessary you have to create a Dataweave library project and then you can use it. You can create a .dwl file and you can open it, and after that you can define sample data also, and you can do the mapping also. And here you can see like we can enable the auto preview also. And if I'm going to change this one, and I'm not sure it will work. Okay, so here you can see data is changing. We are getting 8. Okay, so this is like without creating a data library project, we can use this one also. And another thing I wanted to show you, generally we used to do like from here, when we have to write any DW logic, we are going to use in online playground. So here you can see like if my input is this one, till 10, and we are going to write something payload, and we are getting some value. From here also you can do one thing, you can do the export. It will create a zip file. Here you can see DW project 16.zip is created, and after extracting it, here you can see like my project 5 is created. You can import directly this project, and okay, let me open folder that is in here, and you can, let me skip this one. So here you can see like my project 5 is open, and here you can see like main.dwl, which we have written like some payload, and also like you can see that we have provided some payload.json 1 2 3 4 5 6 8 9 10, and you can verify this in the browser also. 1 2 3 4 5 6, I missed 7 8 9 10. So from here you can export and you can import this into Visual Studio Code. So this
Shyam,
is,
on the same note, I think we have a question from Sudhir. So Sudhir is asking like, do we need to create individual files for a specific type of payload?
yes, we have to create. If we are going to create another file here, okay, like payload1.json, and we are going to provide something 1 2 3. Okay, so here you can see if we are going to use that one, so that is file name, that is payload1. If we are going to use this one, so here you can see we are getting 6. So here you can see we are using payload1. So in the payload you can provide multiple input payload also, but you have to define that file name that will be like we can use in the main DWL. And also you can create a variable also here in the input. You can create a folder. You can say fonts, and then you can create font.json, and here you can see what's up. This is the variable. This is the variable, and this is the file name something. So if you do this one, you will get the same. So this is the variable name. So and then you can use. So if you provide, I provided these accounts, you can rename it with different name like VAS, which we are using. So here you can see, so you can use variable also, and we are getting the same. So this is the way like how we can define the input payload, how we can create a variable in this Dataweave library. Any doubt till now?
Have enabled the mic for everyone. Questions, unmute yourself and ask.
Sham, one question. What is the scope and context these variables usually take?
Scope and context. So this will be like similar to the payload which we have in the Anypoint Studio. Same thing which we have in the Anypoint Studio, Visual Studio Code also, and same is applicable for variable also.
So it's only local to that particular flow.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Hope I'm going little slow, but yeah. Let's come to debugging part. So here you can see like payload.json, we have something, and I'm going to use this project only. So, and here you can see like if you're going to write, so it will give some suggestion, auto suggestion also. If you click on this one, so this is auto completion feature. Okay. And here you can see like item, or maybe we can create object. And we have to click on this one. Here you can see red mark is there. Just click on that one, and we have added a breakpoint here. And for debugging part, you have to go run and debug. Symbol is there. Click on that one. Then you have to select the Dataweave. And this is one of the most important feature which is available in this one. So here you can see we have to select some main file. So I'm selecting that one. It will take some time to coming there. So here you can see like this reaches to here. Here you can see the variable like payload, and we have item, and here you can see like index is 0. Somehow it is very small. I'm not sure how we can increase that one. Also you can verify that value like here. If I print here you can, I'm typing item, that is coming as 1, and if I'm typing index, it is coming as 0. If you have to do some expression like if you have to evaluate some expression, you can add it here also. Item plus 5, it is coming as 6, and you have to watch the expression that you can add here also, like item plus 5. So it will give you the result also like 6. So let me go inside. It's good. So here you can see like in this value is getting changed, and here you can see the value also like item is 2 and index is 1. Again 3, 2, and we are adding 5, so it becomes 8. Also you can verify that here also. So this is one of the important feature, and many people are struggling to debug this feature in the Dataweave in the Visual Studio Code. So this is the steps which you have to follow. Okay. And after that, once this execution is done, you can see the output also in the debug console, index 1 and index 10 till index 10. Okay. So this is one of the feature called debugging, and I'm coming to like, again, I'm writing sum is equal to payload. one of the features, you can see the internal functions of sum. So if you click on sum and go to definition, so here you can see this is the internal function for that. This is available in the core library, and here you can see the function sum, and the values should be like array of number, and then internally it is using reduce, and then for each value it is adding to its value plus accumulator, and then by default it is 0. Okay, so in this way you can see like any internal function. So just you have to click on the go to definition, and you can see the internal definitions for uh, any core library which is written. And most of the library you can see like you will not be able to see that logic is written in the Scala. So here you can see uh, uh, for the order by there is a native. So internal method used to indicate that a function implementation is not written in Dataweave but in Scala. So you cannot see that one. But if any logic is written in Dataweave, you can see that one. And maybe we will be able to see this one when Dataweave is open source. Then we will be able to see this one also in future maybe. This one is, and again coming back to some of the code editing features. Okay, so one of the feature is like quick fixes. Like I'm using this one. Like so here you can see like camelize, but it is showing some error, red, and also here you can see that file name that will become to red. So that means it has some issues. So you can like click on this one, and there will be one bulb icon, little bulb, and you can click on that one. Then you will see that some option they are suggesting. So import camelize from the this strings. So if you click on that one, so this is the function available in the string module, and also here you can see after that once you run this one maybe, and this should be okay. So here you can see like we are getting some output like Meetup Bangalore, and also for Camelage also you can see that internal function. So this one is also using some internal native function. So this is one of the features like like quick fixes which you will get in this Visual Studio Code, but in the online playground this feature will not be available. Like you will not able to do this one. And another thing is like some are the code inspections also, like in Visual Studio Code that will do. So I will show you one of the features. So here you can see sometime by mistake we have written this logic. Okay. Sometimes we do, and here you can see, and here also they are suggesting something. So instead of this one, go with default expression. So okay, so here you can see like a dot name is equal to name null, then we are using no name, then else a dot name, but this is not suggested, but replace with some default expression. So it will be good to go with a dot name, If it is null, by default, it will take no name. So this is one of the like code inspection also it will do, and I will show you different thing also. If generally we do like here also you can see like they are suggesting something. So they are suggesting something, okay, and this is a string, and then we will write else something. So here you can see also they are suggesting something. Here you can see like yellow mark is there. So replace with each operation. It is not suggested that we have to go with this one, and we are suggesting, and here you can see like they are suggesting something like replace with each operation. So better to go with if payload is a string, then print this one and then not a string. So these are the some of the code inspections that is available. Sometimes also we can do like if size of payload is to 0, then empty else not empty. So here also you can see so yellow mark, and this one is suggesting like replace with age empty function call. Okay, so here you can see like we have suggested as per the suggestion we have done that one. So these are the some code inspections that is provided by Visual Studio Code. Any doubt till now?
Sham, we have two questions. Yeah. Any option to upload headers or query params in DWL?
Maybe you have to, you cannot apply the header and query param, just you have to create a variable and then you have to use it. Because we are not going to get those header and query param in the this library. This is useful for creating a library which we have to use in the AnyPoint Studio.
Okay, thanks, Sham. So, Kamal, to your question, there is no way you can add the headers and query params. So, we have another question from Sudhir Sham. Like, will I be able to overload or override these core functions to add additional functionality? It's in Q&A section. Questions. Yeah, second one.
Will I be able to override this core function to add additional functionality? I have not tried that one, but if like input signature, like we have to provide something like let me go. Let me come to the AnyPoint Studio, then I will let you know. So I have not tried that one, but if you can like if this here you can see the input is array of number, maybe you can override if it is different like array of string or something, then you can write your and you can use that one. And also like you can create a similar function also, but during the import, here you can see like we have to import that function. So we have written a different function with different functionality with some, but here you have to import that function and then you have to use it. Sudhir, maybe I have answered you.
Yeah. Yeah. Thanks for that. One more question I have. Suppose if I create a function or a variable, like someone is asking about the headers or parameters, right? So if I use the same variable name in my function, when I import it, will there be any name conflicts?
I think there will be, yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we have to retry that one.
Because sometimes for testing you might create some variable which might resemble a core variable name.
Yes.
So I'm just trying to understand like if there are any such
For
implications.
yeah. So in the library, like when we have to create in a module, so when we have to import that one, so we have to like specify the location from where import that variable name, and then we have to use it.
Okay.
So I don't think there will be any conflict.
So if I create a sum as a local function and then sum as an imported one, then definitely there will be a conflict, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which
So
one
when
have
we
to
import, we need to make sure the best practice is not to use which is in the core packages.
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. So these are some of the features available in the Visual Studio Code. Even I have not started how to develop the Dataweave Library. So I will come to that one. So for that one, you have to go into the view and then you have to go to the command palette. And then here you can see like the first option, Dataweave create new library project. So there are other options also. Let's see. I'm just typing Dataweave. So here you can see like one is create a new library project, then new module, then new mapping, then new test, okay, then new integration, new mapping test that is used for integration one. And yeah, so these are the option. Okay, so I'm selecting the first one. So when we have to publish this library to Exchange, so generally we have to provide this organization ID from the AnyPoint account. Okay. From now I'm going with this detail. Later I will change it. So yeah, example, I'm going with snapshot and I'm giving the name as Bangalore Meetup Library, and I have to specify the locations. I'm specifying this one, and it will ask like, do you want to open the new project in the new window? I clicked on yes. So here you can see like our project is created with similar function. So here you can see this is a my module, okay, and there is some by default hello world is there, one function, okay. 1 second. So in the start I mentioned that I'm closing this, the older one, okay. We can define 4 types in the module file. So let me add that one. So here you can see we can define some name, variable name. Then we have some function. Then we can define some user. Then we can define namespace also. Okay. Okay. For testing, like maybe we can create my mapping.pwl. Okay. And for this one. Oh, in my module, I have defined some name. Okay. Just I'm writing that one. Okay. So it is not recognizing. So unable to resolve reference of this one. And it is also giving some suggestions like when you click on this one. So here you can see like we have to import that one. Okay. So import name from my module. So now here you can see we have defined this one as my data and we are using in the my mapping. So that's so we are getting that value as a my data. Similarly, this is my function. So what will whatever be the input, just I'm appending it some underscore. Okay. So if we are going to use that one, of the function name is my function. Okay. Let me add Bangalore. Here also you can see like it is showing some error. So you have to click on this one and then you can import this one. So here you can see this one is also got imported. And if you run this one, so here you can see like Bangalore underscore. Okay. And then we have a something like user also. Okay. Let me see. So here you can see like in the my mapping file, we have to define some data, define sample data. So in payload.json, I'm just going to that one and we have some message equal to message hello world. So just I'm checking that payload is type of user. So I have written wrong payload. So payload is user. So here also you can see like we are getting some option. Just import that one and then you can run it and we are getting as false. But when we have input as this one, let me update the payload.json and I've defined the payload as a type of user. So let's see how it is. We are showing it is giving us true. So in this way, like you can anything which is reusable, you can define it in the module and then publish this into the exchange. Then you have to import it and then you can reuse it. Okay. So this is the way which we can define this one. Okay. And also you can see like when we have created this payload is created under playgrounds inputs payload.json. It is following the same structure which we have seen earlier. Okay. Coming back.
Sham, sorry to interrupt. We have one question from Ramesh. Can we import all the core functions from code.dwl file at once, even though we are using one function at a particular instance?
Yes. So that you can do like here you can see like we are importing one by one. You can do import a star also. And it will work. Similar way we are doing it in Java also. Package import. Okay, so let me log in into that account I have created before. Go to the exchange. Okay. provided by MuleSoft. And here you can see like we have something connector, custom, example, policy, API spec, fragment, REST API, rule sets, and this thing. I'm going to select Dataweave libraries. So here you can see like there are 4 libraries published by MuleSoft organization. So here you can see like if you need some mock data generator library, so here you can see like you need some data related to my person, so it is creating some value like here you can see like name with address and this thing. So maybe it will be useful for testing purpose. Here you can see like some city name, country names or something, these are there. So here you can see like random age and random city. So internally like they have created uh, just for I'm going to use one of the Dataweave analytics library. So here you can see like we have something mean, modes, median, quartiles, something is there. So I'll be using one of the feature. Okay. So I'm going to statics. The first one that is called frequency. So here you can see like we have frequency and 1 2 11 1 1 2. So how many times this number is coming, so this value and it occurrences. Okay, so I'm going to create a library, create a module for this one frequency. Let's see how okay. So requirement is clear, right? We are going to just and the input will be array. Okay, and then we are seeing that occurrences. So here you can see you can create a folder also, so that analytics. Okay, and then you can create module file something. Analytics. I've created a stash.dwl. Even like if you are going to create a module, so maybe you can rename it as a stats module, something, and that will not create a confusion between a module and mapping file. So, okay. So before developing that, maybe here you can see the payload. What is the payload? Payload is this one. Let me change it again. And first we have to create a function, right? So we have a payload. Okay. We have to convert this one into the expected output. Like first we have to identify all the distinct number available in this one. So first you have to create a function, and then you can move that function into that a module file. Okay, so what we will do, we got all the different function, and then we got this value. and we have to define how much time it will have. It is coming. So and also like here you can see like it is giving some suggestion also, like extract variable as local scope or global scope or extract a function. Like these are the suggestion is they are giving. Maybe here you can see like if you create a variable, so here you can see like it is one variable is created, my variable something. Okay, I'm iterating it. So our requirement is like just I'm keeping it here. So our requirement is like we have to print the value. So it will be out like this. If we do, so we got something like value 1, 2, 3, 4, but we are not getting occurrences. So occurrences, what we have to do? So here you can see like payload find item. So then we will get the, here you can see 1 is coming as 4 times, then 2 is coming in twice, 3 is coming twice, 4 is coming twice. Maybe we can verify the payload also. 1, 2, 3, 4, and here you can see 2 is coming twice. So our like this is like we have created like mapping file, but we have to create this as a function. So what we can do, extract function, and we can write as frequencies, enter. Here you can see like this one is function we have created, but here you can see we are not passing anything. So it will be good to pass payload. Okay, or maybe you can say something input and or maybe you can rename it here. So, refactor. Maybe input is ability find. So here you can see now we can pass the input payload, and here we can pass the payload, and we will get the same result. Okay, if we change this one, like let me add 11 also, and then run it. So this one is very large, so I have all the things are not coming into the. So here you can see we have created this frequencies method, and here you can see the value. So just let me move this function into that stats module file. Okay, and here you can see it is asking like we have to provide some, then we have to import this frequency, And here you can see like import frequencies from analytics and then a stats module. So here you can see the folder structure, the analytics, and then this is the file name. And we are importing the frequency functionality, and then we are running it. So here you can see these are the expected like our input. And also this one also we can define like it should be array of number or something like that. You can define it here also. Okay. The next part is like you can add unit test case. So here you can see like we are getting 3 options in the module file. First one is add unit test. Okay. When we click on that one, it created stats module test.twl. Okay. So this is a unit test, and in the frequency we have to like provide some value 1 2 3. Okay. And the output will be must be object. Here you can see the output must be array, right? So you can write convert, change it. And for running this one, you can see here we are getting click run tests. So either you have to run it from here and or maybe from here. Here also you will see. Okay. So I'm running it. Let's see. It should pass. This is doing only the unit testing, like output should be in this format. So it is not doing validating the integration, like output should be this one only. So here also you can see the some log related to that unit testing. Okay. And it is passing. Okay. So let's come to again. So this one we have added a unit test. Then here you can see like create integration mapping. For this one you can create a integration mapping. Okay. So if you click on that one, so here you can see like we are creating a stats module integration mapping.dwn. Means we are going to test this function like this module into this mapping. So here you can see like this one is created. Frequencies, and here you can pass some value, and you can define sample data also. And let's run it. So here we can see 1 is coming twice, 2 is coming 1. In this way, we are getting the expected. And here also you can see this mapping won't be shared through your library, but you can use it and or try your module and create integration test. If you're defining any test like this mapping file under test, it will not be published to your library. If you're creating any mapping file here, like ads module mapping.twl, it will be published to Exchange also. Just import it and you can edit. Okay. Now coming back to integration test mapping, we have added unit test case. This one is for this one also. We can define some sample data. Let's do that one. I'm adding only one. Okay. And here we are passing some payload. We have to write the integration test case also. For that one, just you have to click on this button. Okay. and it will create a test scenario. So I'm going to rename at frequency test scenario. Just enter it. And it will create a structure in the integration test case, something somewhere. Where it went? Yeah, here you can see a stats module mapping test.dwl. So this is integration test case, and here you can see like it is reading the file like stats module mapping.dw file. So it will read this file like for the script input from this location, and the output should be that will be taken from this location. So if you run this one, so it is running. So here you can see the running tests. So here you can see. So this is unit test and this is integration test case. And after that, I'm coming back again. Okay. You can generate the Dataweave documentation also. If you have to click on this one. Okay. Somehow I'm not able to function already has documentation. Not sure where it is. So here you can see like if you click on this one, it will generate some documentation like source, input, and output like this. Okay. If I click on this one, so here you can see for my function it is created. Okay. So in this way, you can generate the function Dataweave documentation also. Maybe it will create. Yeah. I've missed this one, so that's why it is not able to generate. So here you can see like for frequency also it is generated something, and in output and this thing input script, and you have to write it. Yeah, any doubt till now? After that I will come to the deployment part.
Sham, just a quick time check. It's 5:17.
Yeah.
And we have one question from Sudhir. Like, is there any npm modules to auto display or refresh the output?
No, current I'm not aware of that.
Yeah. Sudhir, you can try the watcher functionality in VS. Probably it will
Okay.
check the change in the file. But at this point of time, we don't have any specific modules, npm modules for
Sure.
DWL extension library.
Yeah. Thank you.
So yeah, coming back to the deployment part. So these are the like ambient library which ambient command you can use, compile, test, and even you can generate the document from the ambient command also. Then package, and then we have a ambient Dataweave deploy docs, and then deploy. Okay. For deployment part, coming back again to that one. So if you go to the pom.xml file, so here clearly they have mentioned like set your organization ID in the group ID. So we have to copy that one. So here you can see this is the organization ID. So we have to copy here, and there are these modules are only for enterprise edition. Okay, and then here you can see add exchange repository to publish your Dataweave. So we have to uncomment this part, and here you can see like we have organization ID which we have to replace with organization ID, and we are using exchange. I'm going to uncomment this one also. This is for consuming that Dataweave library. If you have to use the same library in different place. Okay. So yes, and after that you have to do the use same like setting.xml file. You have to use the username and password. Okay, then go to this terminal. Okay, I'm going to terminal, and just I will do ambient clean deploy. And it will do the deployment. It will build, create a jar, and then it will publish the same library to your exchange. And before that one, it is running the test case also. Here you can see stats module mapping test. So first it will verify the test cases, generate the documentation, something got error like exchange publication failed, could not be resolved. Okay, maybe you can try it out, and if you're not able to publish it, then yeah. So this is the step, and then you can consume this into the AnyPoint Studio also, and you can use it. Yeah, if you have any doubt, you can reach out to me anytime in the LinkedIn also. Okay, so and somehow I'm not able to publish it, and we have very less time also. I'm not going to cover it.
I think that should be fine, Sham. So we got the steps.
Yeah.
So guys, if anyone has any questions, I request you to unmute yourself and ask now. I think Saujanya,
Oh my God.
she posted some question, but I didn't get that completely. Saujanya, you can unmute and ask directly to Sham.
Hope session is useful for everyone.
Yeah, definitely. Database is something like it's heart of our Mule APIs. So I request attendees, if anyone has any questions, please unmute yourself and ask.
Hi Sudhir. Hope session will be useful.
It was really useful. Thank you, Sham. You have taken us through the internal nitty-gritties, how to do step by step. I think having that kind of information is really useful. And also you showcased us how to do the debugging and troubleshooting. I think that's a quite vital skill, I feel, which is quite imminent and needed for the developers. And it really helps to shape them in building a very high performant and fault tolerant solution. Thank you for that.
Yeah, thank you. That's why I was going slow so
Yeah.
that I can cover almost thing.
Thanks a lot,
And
Sham, for your great inputs. Because if we are going to have multiple functionality across the project we want to use, kind of the usability concept, it will be very helpful.
okay. And maybe you can follow me